All right, Mordhau community. So I'm gonna be teaching you how to edit midis, so that you can make them sound, good for, LuteBot and Mordhau. So what you want to do first is get MIDI editor, and what MIDI editors allows you to do is edit MIDI. So once you download this and you get it installed, we can open it up. So before we do anything, I want you to go into MIDI, and I want you to go into settings, and I want you to go to MIDI input output, check this box over here, and then close it. And what that does is it allows you to edit and listen to your MIDI tracks, because if you try to play a song without that box checked, it's gonna give you an error and telling you that you can only edit and not listen. So that's what you want to do. Next, obviously, get a song. So right now we have Running in the 90s. And if we look at the whatever, like the MIDI over here, we could see that there's a melody and a bass track, and it seems all right. Seems like the right song. So once we download it, let's download it. So I have my own MIDI files folder, so I have all the songs that I want in here. So once we have this installed, now we can open it up not only in MIDI editor but also LuteBot. So let's open both of them up. So Running in the 90s. Okay. So before we do anything, we want to listen to the song, see if it sounds good in the first place. If it sounds good in the first place, then we don't need to edit it at all. But let's see first. Okay, that's enough. So you already heard that it sounds like absolute dog shit. So next step is to actually get rid of this bass line, and that's gonna be what's gonna fix a majority of what your songs are. In this particular case, it's very convenient. We have two tracks. One is the melody, one is the bass, and we could delete this track right away. Sometimes when you download a MIDI song, it doesn't have to be from MuseScore. You don't have to download your music from MuseScore, and many times you won't be able to download everything from just one site. BitMidi is a good site. MuseScore is a good site. Any site is a good site as long as you get like the song, and it's actually a good MIDI. So once you so sometimes it's one track. If the song is segmented like it is here, where you can clearly tell which one's the bass line, which one's the melody, and you can probably just select it and delete it. But for this case, it makes our lives easier. Sometimes a song will have more than two tracks, and you're gonna have to really troubleshoot that one and make sure that experiment and make sure that it sounds good on LuteBot. So that's multiple changes, multiple saves. So let's just get rid of this. So now we only have the melody, and it should sound better. So now we can save it, and we can reload it. We have to reload it because now it's a new file. So now this is a new file, and now we can listen to it in game. Okay, so now you can see that it sounds a lot better than what it did before. So we could save this. This is completely fine. If you want, if a song, usually you're gonna have different songs from this. It's not gonna be the same as this. So, some things to look out for. If you think that your song is way too high of a pitch, then just move it an octave down. And what moving an octave down is, it'll make it a little bit lower, and maybe LuteBot will make it sound better. A good song that sounds way too high on LuteBot is Shooting Stars. So you move that song an octave down, that'll make it sound a lot better. So if we wanted to move this song an octave down, we can look for this key right here, or this key, C, and we'll move it down. So C5 goes down to C4, and we're choosing the vertical movement, so that we don't change the timing. Another thing, if the song has a really big intro, let's say it's like this, right? And there's like 3 measures of just whatever that no one wants to listen to. What we could do is, okay, let's say this 4 to 6, that's the intro. Just delete it. Delete it, and then move it horizontally. Move it horizontally, move it to the front. There, that's how you move your starting point. I think that's what's gonna happen. Change the octave, take out the bass, or anything unnecessary, so that it just, as long as it sounds good, it's fine. Or move the starting point, and you could always undo what you did before, so you can go back. Even when you delete a track, you can undo that also and bring it back. So I think that this covers a majority of what I do when I edit my midis. If you feel like you're intimidated by this, or you feel like, dude, this is mad work, I don't want to do this shit, I'm not a musician. I'm not a musician either. I just wanted the midis to sound good, because usually midis don't sound great whenever you boot them up onto the LuteBot, because there's way too many variables, there's too many instruments going on at once, and things conflict, and you can't hear what you want to hear, and neither does anybody in the server hear what you want them to hear. So doing this helps you hear better, and also helps the people. So I recommend doing it. I'm going to be leaving MIDI links. I'm going to be leaving a link to MIDI editor, and I'm going to be leaving my Twitch channel. And if you have any questions, you could always go to my Twitch channel, and I'll try to walk you through it and maybe help you out. Thank you. See you guys later.